Hey Harold, I totally understand why you prefer the waterfall approach. It's really organized, it's predictable, and everything's planned out from the start, which is really nice because then you know as you're going down through each step, you know what you've done, you know what you need to do next. That can work really well for projects where there's nothing expected to change. But truthfully, Agile was created because that kind of structure started becoming a problem, especially with the industries that move really quickly. Agile really took off around like 2001 with the Agile Manifesto, when developers realized that projects were failing because teams were spending too much time planning upfront and not enough time adapting. By the time the waterfall project was finished, customers' needs have already changed, and at that point, it was too late, and projects and products became obsolete. Um, Agile has a really big advantage with that. One of the biggest benefits is the flexibility of it. Instead of locking everything in at the beginning, Agile lets everything adjust along the way to make sure everything's staying in touch with the times and that there's nothing falling behind. Um, if something does change or if a better idea comes up, you don't have to start over. You can just build off that new idea and you can keep moving forward. This allows a lot more creativity to be implemented into a project, and as things go along, you can take bits and pieces from what other people are thinking and add those and incorporate them to the project. Another advantage is the continuous feedback that people are able to get when they're using the agile project management style. Work is done in really short cycles, so the stakeholders can see progress regularly and then give in their input early. This helps avoid issues. If you're using the waterfall approach and at the end you do a check-in and they say, "Oh, well, at week 2 there's a problem that actually made everything from week 2 on fail," you're not able to go back and fix that without redoing 8 weeks of work to get back to week 2. Um, it just helps avoid major issues and makes the final project actually meet the expectations of the stakeholders, the consumers, and everybody leaves with a good result. Agile encourages better teamwork. Instead of this top down approach, teams are able to collaborate and have more input on the decision making, like I mentioned earlier. And this is just something that's going to be beneficial to everybody. Um, I mean, it's just, and along with that, customer feedback is really important, and just having that, being able to solve things in the moment is going to be way more beneficial. An example is Spotify and Amazon. They use the agile type rather than like Apple Music. Spotify, they in the moment, if they see consumers aren't appreciating something, they will fix it and they will move forward. Apple Music has the kind of the waterfall approach. Their platforms have stayed the same. They don't really have any sort of implementation. They don't try to add anything. They don't take risks, where Spotify does. And A rigid approach wouldn't be able to keep up with the pace of these types of businesses and how they do their business practices. Music changes so much, and Spotify, they're able to adapt to that. They're able to look at the new they incorporated AI to their platforms to make tailored playlists for people that are way better than what they were prior. And like from personal experience, things don't go exactly as planned. In the agile setting, it works better for that in those situations because people are able to adapt instead of sticking to the plan that people know aren't going to work. So while waterfall is great for stable and predictable projects, agile tends to be the better choice while things are changing, and this is the case for most projects today. So Harold, I hope this helps you kind of think about your decision making and what kind of approaches you like. Obviously, this is just something to think about. So yeah, thanks, Harold.